Darkness. Absolute suffocating darkness. The only thing you can smell is stale straw, ancient mold, and the sharp ammonia stink of 50 unwashed men packed into a stone room designed for 20. You aren't a soldier anymore. You aren't a citizen. You aren't even a man. You are an asset. A walking, breathing bag of meat valued only by how spectacularly you can bleed. If the gate opened right now, and you were handed a blade, would you have the instinct to shove it through another man's chest just to see the sunrise tomorrow? Because that is the only question that matters here. Welcome to the Ludus. You have 24 hours to prove you are worth keeping alive. Hour 0. The cell wake up. The kick to your ribs isn't a suggestion, it's an order. You gasp, inhaling dust, your body stiff and aching from sleeping on the cold stone floor. You reach instinctively for your side, looking for a weapon, but your hands grasp nothing but empty air. Then you feel the weight, the cold, rusted iron biting into your ankle. Chains. You try to stand, but your legs are cramped, the muscles protesting every movement. A guard screams a command in a dialect you barely understand. Adravit, get up. You look around. The barracks are a nightmare of limbs and misery. Men are waking up around you. Thracians, Gauls, Samnites. Some are weeping silently. Others are staring at the wall with dead, hollow eyes. You realize the hierarchy immediately. The veterans, the ones with the thick scars and the better food, take the space near the door where the air is fresh. You are fresh meat. You are shoved into the back near the waste buckets. You shuffle out into the courtyard, the sudden morning light blinding you, searing your retinas. The noise hits you like a physical blow. The clang of metal, the rhythmic thud of wood on wood, the guttural grunts of men exerting themselves past the point of failure. You aren't training for a battle. You are training for a show. And the realization settles in your gut like a stone. The only way you leave this place is in a coffin, or with the wooden sword of freedom in your hand. But freedom costs blood. Do you have enough to pay? Hour 6. The fattening your stomach twists, a violent cramping ache that bends you double. It has been hours since you moved, and your body is screaming for fuel. It's time to eat. But if you're expecting meat, wine, or bread, you're in the wrong hell. You line up, shoving past men who look like they could snap your spine with one hand. They hand you a clay bowl. Inside is a gray, gluey paste that slops against the sides. Sagina. It's a porridge made of barley and dried beans, boiled into a thick, dense sludge. It smells earthy and sour, like wet soil. You take a bite. The texture is revolting, grainy, heavy, like wet cement sliding down your throat. It coats your teeth and sticks to the roof of your mouth. It has no flavor, just mass. You gag, your throat seizing up, but the man next to you elbows your ribs hard. Eat, he grunts, pointing to his own midsection. Fat protects the nerves, and then it clicks. They aren't feeding you to make you strong. They are fattening you up. They want you to grow a layer of subcutaneous fat over your stomach and arteries so that when you get sliced across the belly in the arena, you bleed impressively for the crowd without dying too quickly. You are force-feeding yourself biological armor. Then comes the drink, the Lannista's special tonic. You lift the cup. It's cloudy, gray liquid. You take a sip and immediately choke. It tastes of bitterness, chalk, and charcoal. It's wood ash and vinegar. You are drinking dissolved bone and charred wood. Why? To harden your own bones. You are calcifying your skeleton to withstand the hammer blows of the arena. You wipe the gray sludge from your mouth, suppressing the urge to vomit. You are turning your body into a tank, fueled by slop and ash. Hour 12. The wooden hell. The sun is at its peak, a white-hot eye beating down on the sand of the training ground. There is no shade. The heat ripples off the ground, distorting the air. There is only the palace, a wooden post buried deep in the ground. Your enemy, your god. The doctor, your trainer, throws a weapon at your feet. It's a Rudy's, a wooden practice sword. You bend to pick it up, and your arm instantly sags. It's heavy. Absurdly heavy. It weighs twice as much as a real steel gladius. That's the design. If you can swing this log for hours, steel will feel like a feather in your hand. Attack. The whip cracks. You swing. Thud. The wood jars your elbow, sending a shockwave up to your shoulder. Again, you swing. Thud. Your shoulder screams. Sweat stings your eyes, blinding you with salt. The sand beneath your bare feet is hot enough to blister skin, but you cannot hop, you cannot shift. You must plant your feet. You aren't fighting a person, you are fighting your own exhaustion. Your lungs burn for air, but the dust clogs your throat, making every breath a struggle. You drop your shield for a split second to wipe your brow. Crack! The whip lashes across your back. Pain, sharp and white-hot, explodes across your skin like a lightning bolt. You gasp, knees buckling, but you don't cry out. You can't. You bite your lip until it bleeds, tasting the metallic tang of copper, and you lift the shield again. This isn't practice. This is survival conditioning. They are trying to break you. They want to see if you will quit. Because if you quit here, you die out there. So you scream through your teeth, and you swing again. Hour 18, the repair shop. The sun has finally set, but the pain hasn't stopped. The adrenaline has faded, leaving only the throbbing aftermath. You've been dragged to the medicus, the doctor. But do not mistake this for a hospital. There is no compassion here. This is a repair shop, and you are just a damaged tool that needs to be patched up for tomorrow's work. You sit on a blood-stained wooden stool. The air smells of sulfur, boiling oil, and unwashed bodies. The doctor grabs your hand. During the drill, a callus on your palm ripped open, leaving the raw, red meat exposed. He doesn't offer a numbing draft. He grabs a small bronze hook and a knife. Without hesitation, he scrapes away the dead skin. You clench your jaw so hard your teeth creak, your knuckles turning white as you grip the edge of the table. Every nerve ending in your hand fires at once. He pours a liquid onto the wound. Vinegar and herbs. It sears like liquid fire. You hiss, air sucking through your teeth, tears involuntary pricking your eyes. But he isn't done. He turns to the cut on your leg from a sparring accident. It's bleeding sluggishly. He pulls an iron rod from a brazier of glowing coals. The metal is a dull, angry red. You smell the heat before you feel it. He presses the iron against your skin to seal the vein. Tsh! The sound of your own skin cooking. The smell fills your nose instantly. Sweet, sickening, the scent of burning pork. It's primal. Your vision tunnels to a pinprick. Your body wants to jerk away, to run, to scream, but you force yourself to stay frozen. You cannot show weakness, not here. If you flinch, you are unreliable. If you scream, you are a coward. And cowards are cold. Hour 24. The selection night has fallen completely. The barracks are quiet, but nobody is sleeping. The air is electric with tension, thick enough to choke on. You can hear the heavy, rhythmic footsteps echoing down the stone corridor. The lanista, the owner of the school, is walking the line. He holds a torch, the flickering orange light casting long, dancing shadows against the damp walls. He is making the selection for the upcoming games. He isn't looking for the strongest man. He isn't looking for the fastest. He is looking for the one who will put on the best show. He stops at your cell. The torchlight illuminates his face, indifferent and calculating. He looks you up and down, inspecting you like a prize horse. He looks at the muscle you've built, the fresh burns on your legs, the desperation in your eyes. He nods to the guard. The gate to your cell creaks open with a rusted groan. This is it. You aren't going to breakfast. You are going to the holding pen beneath the arena. Your heart hammers against your ribs like a trapped bird, so hard you can hear it in your ears. The fear is cold and heavy in your stomach, replacing the hunger. You have survived the training. You have survived the starvation. You have survived the whip. But now you hear it in the distance. A low rumble that vibrates through the stone floor. The roar. Thousands of people screaming for blood. The heavy wooden gates at the end of the tunnel begin to groan open, revealing a blinding vertical slice of white light and the deafening sound of the crowd. You step forward into the darkness of the tunnel. The dust motes dance in the light ahead. You reach down, and your hand closes around the hilt of a real steel sword. It is cold, heavy, and sharp. The question isn't whether you can survive the school anymore. The question is, who is waiting for you in the sand? Subscribe right now because the gates are opening, and your opponent is already charging across the arena.